Hello and welcome to the Warrior Way Network. I'm Zach Weber.
And I am Taylor Arns.
Thanks for tuning in to our first episode of the Warrior Way Network. With the introduction of the one-to-one technology with the iPads, Crofton Journalism class has decided to implement broadcasting as a core requirement of the class. This broadcasting will allow students to be better in front of the camera, work on video editing skills, script writing, and many more useful skills.
The Crofton FFA chapter took a group of kids to the 2018 National FFA Convention in Indianapolis. Another fun event for the Crofton FFA students was jamming out to Garth Brooks on Wednesday evening. The students also got to know what the 2018 theme, Just One, meant.
A group of students from the Crofton High School Chorus traveled to Lincoln to sing the national anthem at the Class A state championship football game at Memorial Stadium on Monday, November 19th. The students who attended were seniors Tyler Jansen and Sydney Tramp, juniors Gabriel Pop.
Here's Zach with a story on the varsity basketball teams.
The Crofton Warriors basketball teams held a varsity doubleheader against Guardian Angels Central Catholic on Saturday, December 8th, starting with the girls varsity at 4:30, followed by the boys varsity at 6.
Hello, and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 1 of the Warrior Way News. I'm Quinn Schieffer.
And I'm Avery Proctor, and today we'll be starting off our broadcast with Ella and the wrestling meet in Plainview.
Four members of the Crofton Bloomfield wrestling team medaled while competing in the Plainview meet on Saturday, January 26th. CHS freshman William Poppy placed 6th while wrestling in the 126 weight class. Poppy commented, "We need to get our momentum rolling so that when district comes around, we are wrestling the best that we have all year."
Next up, we have Sarah with Mrs. Philhouse's art program.
Crofton High School teacher Mary Philhouse has been teaching art for 35 years. The artwork created under her instruction has given Crofton a reputation for its art program. Philhouse's favorite part about being a teacher is witnessing the excitement from the students after creating their own piece of art.
Crofton's relationship class is currently making a new game of life board game from scratch. Family consumer scientist teacher Jonelle Taney said the students didn't like how the game wasn't updated. There are even new career cards including fortune cookie writer, video game designer, bingo manager, and commercial pilot. The game hasn't used any pieces or cards from the actual game of life yet. They are trying to make everything from scratch.
I can't wait to play that game. It'll be nice to have a life.
I'm glad they included my dream job, bingo manager.
Next, we have Tyler informing us about the new buzz-in system.
Crofton High School has implemented a new aspect to the safety of the school. A new buzz-in system has been installed and is active. Visitors and students will be required to check in with video monitors and be admitted into the building by staff during school hours.
First, we have Avery with his Cash Cab review game for the culinary class.
The Cash Cab made a trip to Crofton, Nebraska. Well, actually, the culinary class made a quiz review in a Cash Cab format. Cash Cab is an American show in which players are picked up in a taxi and then surprised to be contestants in a trivia game. Then they have to answer trivia questions with different cash values before they reach their destination in order to win.
5 students will be attending Wayne State Honor Choir Friday, February 15th. The students attending are juniors Kaylee Cook, Mackenzie Mellum, and Jameis Hendricks, and sophomores Kelsey Schieffer and Quinn Schieffer. These students will be singing in a mixed choir of both men and women.
This past year has been a turning point for Crofton schools. New technology and uses for it in the classrooms have been implemented with great success. Now teachers and students can't help but think of the many other options that could improve the learning environment.
The purpose of this activity was about knowing the cost of the wedding and what all goes into it. It's also a way to end our unit talking about engagement, committed relationships.
I'm sure Avery and Kyle would be quite the power couple, but sadly, this is all hypothetical.
Now onto the real powerhouses of our school, our custodians.
I like janitors. All their jokes are clean.
Crofton High School building is 27 years old, but it doesn't show thanks to the great care provided by the custodians, Larry Tramp, Tom Mueller, and Lori Hansen. They take a lot of pride in what they do, Mr. Ostermeyer stated. They feel the building reflects them and they take it very personally.
I hear LT loves Cheetos.
This might sound cheesy, but we should make his day and get him some.
Crofton's government class started working on campaign ads on Friday, March 8th. There are 5 groups with 3 to 4 students in each. Each candidate represents a separate campaign group. The candidates running for president are Bailey Newhoffen, Miles Lammers, Julie Jones, Brad Tomasic, and Avery Proctor.
Flooding due to excessive rain and snow dominated Crofton, as well as much of Nebraska, on March 13th through 15th. Throughout this year, Nebraska didn't see much rain or snow until late December and early January. Once the snow started coming, it didn't stop, commented Quinn Schieffer. Then on March 13th, it all seemed to be too much for Nebraska.
FFA and Family Career Community Leaders of America teamed up together to help with Mercy Meals on Monday, April 1st. The FFA chapter has been volunteering through Mercy Meals for about 10 years, and FCCLA joined them for 2 years. Sophomore Lacey Sprockle commented, "I like to help with Mercy Meals because I love to help other people in need."
Welcome to today's episode of the Warrior Way News. We're your hosts, Avery Proctor.
And Ella Raggi.
Hopefully we don't scare you away with our puns.
Because they only get worse.
Dude, we have to stay on track this time.
Because next up, we have Tyler with the article on the Norfolk Classic.
Crofton had 8 athletes competing at the Norfolk Track and Field Classic on April 25th.
Welcome to the first edition of the Warrior Way News Junior High Style. I'm Edison Robert Sudbeck.
And I'm Michael Allen Bruce.
We're back from the taste testing and the results are in. Kendall's here to help us go over the results and give a first-hand review of the broccoli and the carrot.
Here's Kendall Taney on More with Josie Sanger.
This is Kendall Taney with the Warrior Way News team. Today we get to visit with Josie Sanger, one of the Lady Warrior volleyball captains. Welcome, Josie.
Hi, Kendall.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boko with the Warrior Way News, and this is Mr. Dorr. This is the first episode of Meet the Teacher here at CHS. So, Mr. Dorr, how has your experience been at CHS so far?
Well, it started out as a whirlwind, been pretty busy with a lot of things. Every day has been its own mini adventure for sure, but I like to think of myself as an adventurous person, so it works out. I've yet to be bored a single day.
That's good to hear. Hi, I'm Wayne Book with the Warrior Way Network, and this is Meet the Teacher with Mrs. Schulte. So, Ms. Schulte, where did you attend high school and college, and did you participate in any activities?
Yeah, I went to Wynot Public School just down the road for high school, and I played sports and all things like that. And then on to college, I played basketball at Wayne State College.
Nice.
Welcome to the first Warrior Chat. With the Christmas season upon us, we have many hot topics with conflicting opinions. To get us started, do Christmas tree or not the Christmas tree before Thanksgiving? According to our survey, 50% of students do not Christmas tree before Thanksgiving, while 37 do before Thanksgiving and 13 don't have an opinion. Do you guys set up your Christmas tree before or after Thanksgiving?
After.
I set up after.
Before. My Christmas tree's already in my room.
Yeah, definitely before for me too. I think it's kind of cool how the Rockefeller tree in New York, that was set up before Thanksgiving.
Welcome to the first
Warrior Way Chat
of Season 2. Today we are discussing the transition between winter and spring, which doesn't seem to be happening.
On Monday, the junior high wrestling team will head to a meet at Norfolk Catholic at 4:30.
A few members of the choir will sing the national anthem during the Class A state football championship at 7:15 in Lincoln.
For Wednesday, there'll be a Jostens yearbook meeting at noon for sophomores and 12:30 for seniors.
On Monday, December 3rd, there will be a varsity wrestling meet in Ponca at 4. At 6:30, the freshman girls game against Wynot at Crofton High School. Then at 7:30, the freshman boys basketball team will also face the Blue Devils.
Then for Tuesday, December 4th, there is a JV girls basketball game at 5 in Boone Central.
On Thursday, we'll have a 1 o'clock dismissal because the girls are traveling to state basketball.
You're welcome.
And no school Friday.
Monday, March 4th, there is a mid-state instrumental music clinic at Wayne State. The concert will be later that night at 5. Deadline.
I'm Avery Proctor.
And I'm Kaylee Inram.
Oh, what in tarnation? My wheel came off. We'll have a really good rest of the day.
Peace out.
And look, we found a mic. What you all been waiting for.
Mic drop.
And that's it for the Warrior Way News. Hit it, Ella.
This is the Warrior Way News.
Woo! See ya.
Why are we doing this?
We nailed that.
This is public embarrassment.
Welcome to this week's announcements. First off, this is our last announcements. No. My therapist said no breakdowns before 3 p.m. Mine was scheduled for 2.